Hello everyone, my name is Salim and welcome to the markets breakdown analysis for Thursday, the 14th of September 2023. We'll be breaking down chart and shoot the exact zones where price will close for potential buys or close below for potential sells as well. So looking at the daily candle for Wednesday, the daily is looking bearish, broke below the Tuesday low, but overall the daily is just been consolidating on the lower time frame. Despite the daily from the lows to the highs, measuring above 100 pip range, literally price just been consolidating, and apart from this spike we've had at the New York session for the US CPI data, price literally just went back into the range, consolidating within this range. So now looking at the daily, so the daily more likely will be closing small bearish. And now to break down the chart, looking at the 4-hour time frame, and what we can say here, we can identify the range. So we have the most recent 4-hour support formed around 19,09600. The most recent 4-hour resistance formed around 19,13600. Drop it down to the hourly time frame. Now we can adjust the level of support. Actually, what we could do here is, instead of putting a line to where this support is, we could put a line to where price rejected during the New York session yesterday. So what we're going to do here is we're going to adjust the level of resistance. So the hourly resistance, it remains the same as the 4-hour time frame. Looking at the 5-minute time frame, we have a same level of rejection. We have a same level of resistance. When looking on the 15-minute time frame, we can adjust the level of resistance to 19,14700. And now to identify the no trade zone, and this is easy to identify because clearly we can see price ranging within this level. So potential sells, potential buys, what we could do is we could wait for price to break and close above 19,14700 as price break and close above this hourly resistance, which is also the 4-hour resistance. For potential sells, what we could do is wait for price to break and close below this rejection we've had on yesterday during the US CPI data release. So potential sells below 19,05600, and this is going to be the no trade zone. And now to look for potential buys, I'm going back to the daily. So the first thing we can see here on the daily is we have this daily resistance around 19,21,600. Dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, we have a 4-hour resistance above this level around 19,23,800. We're going to remain with this line because this is a daily resistance and it's also the previous 4-hour support. Looking at the hourly time frame, the hourly, we have an hourly resistance, which is the same targets we've had on yesterday's analysis as price being consolidating. Price haven't tapped into this resistance. So the this could actually be the first target for buys actually. 50-minute time frames. I'd say the first target for buys could potentially be 1920, targeting this hourly resistance. The second target for buys, now we're going to put a line to where this daily resistance is again. And we're going to follow up looking at the 4-hour time frame. We have a 4-hour resistance around 1923,900, almost 1924. Looking at the hourly, we have an hourly resistance, and that's probably the same level of resistance on the 30-minute and the 15-minute time frame as well. So I'd say the second target for buys could potentially be 1924, targeting this 4-hour resistance. Now to look for potential sells, going back to the daily. So the first thing we can see here, the monthly is bearish, the weekly is bearish, the daily is bearish. All time frames are bearish, apart from obviously when you drop down to the 4-hour time frame, you can start seeing this consolidation area. The higher time frame is bearish, so it's not like we haven't got a trend at the moment. The trend is bearish for sure. The only thing that we don't have now is the volume for price to push below this range to continue bearish, because we still have clean traffic on left apart from this rejection. Maybe price actually reacting to this rejection formed previously. So the first thing we can see here, we have on a weekly, we have a weekly support around 1988,800. Drop it down to the daily, nothing really. The 4-hour, let's have a look on the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, we have a 4-hour support around 1897,600. Drop it down to the hourly. Let's see if we can adjust it. So on the hourly, we have an hourly support around 19. I'd say 19, the 1900 level, the strong key level. Let's have a look on the 5-minute time frame. I would say the first target for sells could potentially be this previous 1-hour support formed around 1900. The second target for sells, now going back to the daily, and we have clean traffic on the left, but we're still gonna line up this chart again. So 1888 700 aligned to where the daily support was formed previously. Drop it down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour, we can see a 4-hour support formed around 1896 800, and when we have this rejection, drop it down to the hourly time frame. The hourly, we have this previous 1-hour support where price have been consolidating side by side, printing side by side. So I would say the second target for sales could potentially be 1896 800, targeting this previous 1-hour support.
Dominion Markets, your trading sanctuary.